we're back to the wild mouse deers. And one, as you see, has left his shelter, left the food. He's wandering off by himself. What will he do? He's making noises. He probably doesn't know what I'm doing. He's probably feeling threatened right now. I'm gonna continue on my way and I'm gonna stop doing this Australian accent right now. We're near the Botanical Gardens. That was actually my destination, but it proved difficult. Either it's closed or I took a wrong turn. So I didn't know it was free. I did assume that you had to pay. So that's good. Always love a free activity. Taman Burung, Kuala Lumpur. Okay, I'm a bit of an idiot here. It says world's largest free flight walk-in aviary. Free flight means they're free flying. It's not free to enter. Oh, I walked up there and I was like, why does it say free on the sign? She's like, free flight, free flight. It makes sense now. Yeah, so it's 80 ringgit to get in. So, let's see, what is that? It's around $16 US. I guess it's okay. It's a little, I mean, for me, it's a little pricey because it's not where I intended to go. It actually, I mean, it looks quite big and probably worth checking out, but I don't want to pay for the Botanical Garden and this as well right now. You know, I am broke. But yeah, it looks nice. Probably worth checking out, and I think I'll go on another day as well. But let's see if I can get into the Botanical Garden, see where it is. It shouldn't be closed. Today is, well, it's a Saturday, so, you know, maybe it could be closed on weekends, right? But let's see. I'm gonna go peek around a little bit here. On this sign it says, if I go straight here to the Mouse Deer Garden. Mouse deer? I don't know what that means exactly, but it does look open here, so I'm just gonna pop in and see. I mean, it looks beautiful, really nice. I mean, look at this nature. We are like dead smack, pretty much in the middle of the city. So that's pretty cool. Malaysia Pride, you will see flags very often. Very often. Pretty much everywhere you will see Malaysian flags. I mean, it's just kind of, you kind of know, like, yeah, people are proud to be Malaysian. It's often that way in like Asian countries, Southeast Asian countries, that people are very proud. And it makes sense. I mean, we don't have that in America so strongly. You know, I'm fine. I'm proud to be American, sure, especially growing up, but not proud where things have gone. And I think a lot of people are similar, and we have a lot less pride in our country universally at this point. So I do like seeing when people are super proud to be who they are and where they are from. You know, it's nice to see, and it's reinforcing of like why I like the place. You know, if people don't want to leave the place that they grew up, it means something. It means something. You know, all us Westerners want to leave and we want to come here. It's no different like Europe and Australia, UK, same crap. We all want to be here. And here I am in this beautiful little garden / nature area. I mean, I do see animals down here. I guess those are the mouse deer. I never heard of a mouse deer. I've obviously heard of a mouse and I've heard of a deer. If you're telling me that those two decided to mate and we now have some type of super animal which is fused with a mouse and a deer, I just wouldn't believe it. But I do believe these are called mouse deer. Let's see, wow, I don't think I can go down there with them. I don't think that's possible, right? But I can look at them from up here. Interesting. Let's see if I can get a zoomed in shot for you. They're all just kind of, oh, they're all eating. They're eating. I mean, what else do they really have to do but to hang out and to eat? That's kind of their whole life, right? Sad, but it's not the worst life. It's most of my life as well. Yeah, well, yeah, I can't get the best shot of them right now because they're all inside the shade eating. But that's okay. That's pretty cool anyways. God, this is such a nice area. Look at this. I mean, we have some really cool views over here. Damn. Just sounds of birds, nature, my loud voice yelling in the distance. Not sure exactly where I'm going. I'm just gonna kind of walk and see where it takes me. On the maps, this place looks huge. It looks like a massive park or forest, just like tons of green on the map. So I'm not sure how much of it is like accessible for free. I know there's parts of it that you have to pay for, but it's cool that I was able to just come into this area for free, you know? Maybe just the botanical gardens, the birds, things that are more almost like an exhibit, almost like, yeah, it's something you would have to pay for. It just makes sense, you know? It's not cheap, I'm sure, to run these kind of things, and so they kind of have no choice but to charge. How are you? Yeah, this is beautiful. This is very nice. Funny, another tattooed white guy walking by with a filming on a camera. That makes me feel right at home. That's good. I like that. Wonder what this is. Maybe they used to house some sort of like animals in there, and not sure. Maybe things got out of hand. You know, maybe a person got into the cage. Maybe an animal got out of the cage. Wow. This is probably the closest thing I've ever gotten to like a natural waterfall. Which is embarrassing, but it's true. I think the next one that I saw was literally in KLCC Park, like a fake waterfall. And I was like, ooh, wow, I've never seen a waterfall. Interesting. Tamanrasa Deer Park. So that's where we are here. Maybe there was like birds in here and then they moved them to the like the bird specific area. I don't know. Maybe you guys know what all this red tape is about. You know, they're really like, don't go in here, stay out. Yeah, this is nice. Is this meant to be water here? Or maybe sometimes it does. I don't know. You see like a bunch of holes in the walls. Like, Now it's starting to smell like birds, farm, chicken. And I can actually hear chickens and roosters. You know, we say cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo! I think it's maybe different in other languages or cultures. Whoa. They're making some sounds. Ba-bark, ba-bark. Okay. Can't see them too well because it's a very, it's a fine fencing that they have there, like a grate. You just can't see in that well. Many chickens there. You know, I don't know if those will be dinner at some point, but I don't know. Chickens, roosters. Smells like it, sure smells like it. Let's see, maybe we have something over here too. No, I think it's just fenced off. Can go this way though, there's a path. It's definitely a great way to refresh your mind if you're living in a city. You know, get that feeling of going, I don't know, hiking, getting outside the city where you're really not, you're still in the city. You know, I think there's a lot of value to that. A lot of value to big parks and nature within a city, you know, to just make it feel a little bit less like you're stuck, a little bit less like, oh, I need to get out, I need to take a trip. I think if you can frequently see some nature in your city, it's like, it's huge, it's important. New York has a little bit of that, but I'd say it's lacking. You know, there are some parks that are just hard for them to maintain the parks. And so typically like the parks you see here are far better, far cleaner, bigger, Same in Thailand as well, like big parks, nice parks within Bangkok. Really changes things up. It really, yeah, it gives you a different headspace than if you don't have that, or if you don't live anywhere near that. So I always try and prioritize living near some nature, a park. Of course, at least in Thailand, those areas get very expensive near the parks. Those are like the hot spots. I feel like in KL, you can get like a good priced apartment near like a major park, near a huge area of trees, greens. So that's good, very good. This is great. Feels like I'm in the freaking jungle. We are back to the wild mouse deers, and one, as you see, has left his shelter, left the food. He's wandering off by himself. What will he do? He's making noises. He probably doesn't know what I'm doing. He's probably feeling threatened right now. I'm going to continue on my way, and I'm going to stop doing this Australian accent right now. There's a little barricade here. I mean, I'm so tempted to just kind of like, oh, what's over here though? You know, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You know, something inside of me wants to do it, but I'm gonna be proper. I'm gonna give some good etiquette here. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You know, but you know, there's something there just like that you can easily climb over, and it makes you want to do it. I'm just saying. That's just how my brain works. I think this is the lake garden, Kuala Lumpur. That's what it says on the map. And then the botanical garden is just like a bit over. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I usually don't know where I am or going the wrong way. So I don't think this is the botanical garden. I believe it's separate, right? That would just make sense too. I'm trying to see if I maybe, there was like two different ways I could have went, and I came this way and I ended up back where I was in the start with those animals. So I'm gonna see if I can go the other way again, because it looks like there's more on the map, much more that I can like go into the nature. So I'm gonna see. I'm also gonna see if the botanical garden is still even on the agenda. You know, if I can get there from here, I'm still down to go in there. Looks like we exit out this side. And then, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is Taman Rusa. You know, I guess that's the deer park. And then, wow, I really don't know, actually. I don't know. This structure over here looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna kind of walk over here. It's like there's another path here. Kuala Lumpur bicycle. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. It's such a huge area. Oh, there's even a big lake over here, a big body of water. Okay, this is good. This is fantastic. I don't know. I just don't expect much when I hear like botanical garden. I thought it was just going to be like a little garden, a little spot. You know, I don't freaking know. But pleasantly surprised. This is very cool. You can make a whole day trip out of this. Yeah, very nice. Very refreshing. Yeah, this is great. Huge lake here. I wonder if you can go out on the lake on like a little raft or something. No, probably not. I don't know, maybe. It looks like there's a little dock right here, so you never know, maybe some paddle boats or something like that. Of course, you see chickens out in the middle. Wow. It's like a whole big walking path actually here. It's like you can walk around this entire lake. That's awesome. I always like to have like a walking path, you know, somewhere to do regular daily walking. Of course, it's only applicable if you live like right near the spot. You know, I'm not staying so close to this, so, you know, I'm not gonna come over here to walk too frequently, but if you happen to live like super close by, I mean, it's so awesome to have something like this. You can go every day, do a little exercise, and get like this nice feeling, this nature feeling. I'm a big proponent of that. You know, it's one of the reasons I'm able to live in a city usually is having stuff like this that I can retreat to feel good, you know, not just feel like I'm stuck in a major city. God, yeah, this is so cool. Such a cool little structure. Not little, but let's see what the name is. This is a bottle tree right here. Pokak botol. Interesting. Very interesting. I say interesting so often, and people keep pointing that out, that I may make like some merch or some type, some shirts, and maybe that could be like a catchphrase, or that could be a good like text on the shirt. Interesting, because I just say it so much, I can't help it. It just comes out. What do you guys think of that? Bunga, flower, biji, seed, kalumpang jari. It's like an herb, a plant. That's cool. That's like a thing here in Malaysia where they show you information about the tree, information about what you're seeing. I noticed it in the KLCC park as well. And otherwise, I haven't really seen stuff like this other than in like more like national parks in the US would have stuff like this, but that's cool. 1900s, 2017. Looks like they've been doing some work. This is really nice. All these different types of trees, and you have this vibrancy from these flowers over here, these plants. That's cool. I may be in the botanical garden. They may actually be kind of next to each other to the point that I just walk right into it without realizing it. But I thought you had to pay for the botanical garden. But maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, you guys know I do limited research. I just kind of like to go figure things out and discover for myself. And I like to ask questions and have you guys answer in the comments. It's nice. It's nice. Spark some engagement, and yeah, it's a good way for me to learn just how I like to do things. Maybe we'll go down here. Okay. I mean, not the clearest water, but you wouldn't expect it to be, right? It would be crazy for it to be clear. Wow, what is this? Like, what is that? It almost just looks like, a place to like chill out, but I wonder if it's more for like Instagram shots and stuff. I don't know. Looks nice though, I'll say that. Definitely makes it beautiful. That's cool. It's cool, interesting. Very interesting. Have this cool bridge as well. Very cool. The architecture here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur specifically, kills it. Very unique architecture. A lot of different styles, different influences, British influences, Islamic influences. I like it. Let's see what's on the other side of this bridge. More nature, a lot more nature. It's beautiful out here. You have the Koleksi Bogak Dan Bulu. Interesting. Cycad and bamboo collection. Wonder how much of this stuff is native to Malaysia. They're like, guys, make sure you take a photo here. Who's this? Is this the backdrop? Get a thumbnail? I don't know. Could probably get a good thumbnail photo on that thing. I should be thinking more about the thumbnail before I make the video. Maybe even editing my own thumbnail, but I always just, at the end, when I edit the video, I look through it. I pause a bunch and I see where there's a stopped frame that, I don't know, looks appealing to me. I will usually save like 10 different timestamps in the video. Just like save the file to my computer, save it as a photo, and I will look at them all next to each other and I'll see which one stands out or which one I actually spark some emotion from, which one I would click on the most. And I use that one. That's kind of how I do it. It seems to work pretty well. I start to think that my thumbnails are kind of weak, or you see people always making their thumbnails in Photoshop or making custom thumbnails. And then maybe that's the next step for me, next level. to make them a little bit more compelling and to stand out. But for now, the single frame from the vlog itself seems to work quite well for the thumbnail. And so for now, that's what you get, folks. That is what you get. So it's more about the content for sure, but it's a shame. I mean, to get people to click, you truly need a really good packaging on the video. You really need the thumbnail and the title to psychologically hit, to spark emotion in somebody and to stand out from something else, to get them to click. It's important, you know. It's not only about like a clickbait title type thing. It's like, no, there are certain words and there are certain triggers that people respond to, even if they don't recognize it. And so, yeah, you sometimes see the same words used throughout vloggers' titles and stuff. And there's many people who try and do it just by copying and pasting and seeing, oh, this guy's using a title like, oh, didn't expect this in this place, I'm going to use it as well. But then it doesn't perform well. And so it's not all about just copying a title. It has to go with the video that you're making, and you know, there has to be some thought put into it about how it's actually landing psychologically for somebody. Otherwise it's crap, you know, and it's going to look like, oh, this person is just another dumb vlogger making these dumb titles. And I try to avoid that, but I do find myself using like titles that I know people will click on, because that's the only way to get them to see the content. Otherwise, you will never see my video. You could have the best video ever and some really shit thumbnail and title, and nobody will see it. You know, it could be 10 times better than somebody else's video who has a great thumbnail. So it's just a reality, you know. You need to do things on all fronts. You know, everything needs to be holistic. But anyways, yeah, there's my little dumb YouTube lesson. As if I know much at all. But look at this. This is like, I mean, this is like a park that I'm used to. This is like the parks in the US, it's typically like this. It's a big area, flat green or some hills, and then you have something going around it, you know, usually people sitting out here, sometimes some barbecuing, grilling. That is more like the park culture in the US, what you would see. And then you have some like big parks as well that have like walking paths going through, stuff like that, but it's more rare, and they're much fewer and further between across the city. Yeah, this is cool. This would be nice to come out here with like a couple friends and, I don't know, bring some food or whatever, some whatever you like to do. If you like to drink some wine or a couple beverages, I don't know. Yeah, it would be nice, but also great solo day trip to come here. You know, no regrets coming over here solo either. I think it's nice, it's peaceful. Feels good for the mind. You know, of course I'm over here filming, but I'm actually spending enough time not filming too and just kind of enjoying it. So yeah, this is quite nice. I'm not sure what this is. Again, we have some like cool stairs architecture going on. Riwayat Tumbuhan, Tales of Plant. I mean, it says you are here. Let's see, Sunken Garden. Don't think I saw that, which would be, yeah, who knows, you know, I'm gonna go up here. I just want to make sure it's not the place that I was in before, but I do believe that was the deer park, so it should be different. Okay, let's see. I can go this way. I think part of the fun is also just kind of finding your way and getting lost a little bit. Now, if I ended up in the same place 10 times in a row and I couldn't find what I was looking for, then I would very quickly resort to the map. But just kind of go off of where it feels like you've been already and what you recognize and go the other direction. See, I know I haven't been this way at all, so I'm gonna go this way. Well, it looks like we've made it to the Botanical Garden. Taman Botani Perdana. Perdana Botanical Garden. All right, let's go this way here. I mean, I don't know, maybe I could have went that way, and from that sign, looks like it could have been either way, but I think it's this direction. To me, a botanical garden would mean flowers, mostly. Plants too, but I'd expect like botanical garden, the way I would recognize, oh, I'm in the botanical garden, is like vibrant colors of flowers. You know, that's where my brain goes. Like, I mean, here's like a little pop of color that I'm kind of talking about, but yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have any actual expectations of what it is, but I'm just saying, in my mind, botanical, I equate that with flowers. That's where my brain goes. A lot of trails down here. It's like so many trails. It looks like it goes really far all the way to the other side. I mean, you could really spend a lot of time in here if you wanted to. I mean, this is great exercise. You know, a huge plus of doing something like this in the daytime and just walking around and sweating all day is like, afterwards you can just eat a whole bunch of food and feel kind of okay about it. It's like, hey, I just burned off a crazy amount of calories. Yeah, I'm feeling very hungry. To me, it gives me no guilt about eating. I guess you shouldn't be guilty no matter what, but I tend to like to eat a lot, and so if I have an excuse to do it, or if I have like a reason, like I just burned a ton of calories, just used a ton of energy, it feels nice. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go enjoy a lot of food. So that's just me. That's my eating disorder mindset, probably checking in, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. Looks like there is bathrooms everywhere too, which is nice. You know, haven't seen a place to get water. I would say not desperately need water, but I could use a little bit of water. So if I see some, I'm gonna buy some. This is Jungle Queen. Interesting. It's my catchphrase. Interesting. Nice. Get a little bit of a view from here since we're higher up. Get the city nature blend. Guess this looks like a theater, like I don't know, auditorium. Who knows what they show there, but that's pretty cool. It reminds me of like stuff we have in like museums, large museums back home. It did say planetarium, so maybe that is the planetarium, right? Could very well be. Almost look like homes right here, or like people could live there. Interesting. Hello. You live here?
Yes.
Is your home? Office. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, I figured somebody probably didn't live here, but offices, that makes sense. Would be cool little, if it was like a little hotel, vacation stay right next to the gardens, the park. That'd be cool. That's kind of what I was thinking with this as well. Dare I say it? That's interesting. Well, that is the end of this area. I can exit right here, so that was awesome. Botanical garden and other surrounding nature areas. Very cool. Highly recommended. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in the next vlog.